Órale, Cholo Truck, los tres chingones boxing shots, all the chingones y chingonas. What's up, Domingo? Happy, happy, happy. It's a holiday today. So happy Friday the 13th. I don't know what people celebrate for Friday the 13th. Maybe you could watch a Friday the 13th Jason movie or something, man. But we do have some boxing to get into. So let's go ahead and bring in a gran chingón in metal, one Mr. David Contreras.
Hey, what's going on, Ed? Listo para hablar box. The thing that we love to talk the most. Ready?
So, and the man to break the fights down for us, the boxing scientist from Mikey TV, one Mr. Mike Zavala.
Gentlemen, let's get it on.
Let's get it on, Mikey.
Vámonos.
Let's do it, man. What's up to Dimitro? That's right. Okay, well, first of all, fellas, let's go ahead and let's get into the fights that happened over the weekend. Let me see. I think I'm getting a little feedback from your side here, Mikey. All right, so I'm just gonna mute it just for a second. But let's go ahead and let's get into the fights that that happened over the weekend. We'll start with just real quick the Richardson Hitchens versus Paro fight. David, did you watch it? What did you make of it? Is Hitchens to you now like a real contender at 140?
I was falling asleep.
Mm,
I was
okay.
falling asleep, and you know what? I see him not as good as Shakur Stevenson. This guy's a runner. This guy's a Floyd Mayweather. He's a boring fighter. I can't wait for Teofimo to knock him out. I hope Teofimo, if he decides to go to 147, he'll give up the belt. I don't want to see this guy fight again. He bored me to death. It's like watching, like I said, a Floyd Mayweather, an old Floyd Mayweather, not a young Floyd Mayweather. Ran all night, boring fight. I did not enjoy it.
Did he win the fight in your eyes though?
Oh yeah, he won the fight. Yeah. But you know what? Paro couldn't hit him. I mean, he just couldn't hit. It was too slow for him.
Okay. All right. Mikey, Richardson Hitchens
Yeah, there
goes
you
to
go.
Puerto
That's a good. Demetrio he's a Kirkland. That's true. That is so true, Demetrio. You couldn't say it bad. I couldn't say it better.
Mikey, Richardson Hitchens goes into Puerto Rico against Paro. That place looked empty. What's your thoughts about Hitchens, man?
I mean, he did what he had to do. He boxed, and that style is, it's kind of boring. People tune in, especially in Puerto Rico. They want to see a knockout. They want to see wars, and he doesn't give us that. He's a champion now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. He don't get hit, but it's boring. That style is boring. He doesn't carry a punch. He doesn't have power, and it's not exciting. But he got the W. So, and he's a champion. So if you can't cut the ring on him and force him to fight, he will slap you around and just make it a boring fight. Yeah.
Is there any fight that you're looking forward to him at 140?
Hitchens versus
Rayo. What about Rayo?
Yeah.
You know what? That would unify two belts.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a good fight. Rayo has to learn how to cut ring though, because he's not gonna be able to box because this guy's gonna box.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and bring up, I know I put it on here. At 140. Okay, so you got four different champions. You got Rayo, you got Teofimo Lopez, you got Alberto Puello, and Richardson Hitchens. I think Teo beats them all, man. I think Rayo, he might be there. No, Rayo might be the guy. He might. Maybe he could give Teo a good one.
I think Ed Teo's going to go to 147.
That's where it looks like.
Yeah, I think he's going to go to 147. He'll vacate the belt because that's where the money's at, with Boots.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. Alberto Puello, Richardson Hitchens. there's really not a lot for me. I'm not excited. If Teofimo, if he leaves, the only one that excites me there is just Rayo.
Hey, tell me about Alberto Puello. Who did he fight? I mean, for whatever reason, I'm not clicking on him right now. I know
I
I'm
can't.
wrong.
I, I can't even remember his last fight. He is the WBC champion at 140, though.
Do you remember, Mikey, who this guy Puello is?
I'm looking him up right now. He's dude. He doesn't look familiar.
Who
Who's
did
he
he
fought?
fight for the belt?
Gary Antoine Walker, and he lost. No, he
Oh,
won. He beat. But he didn't have a belt. Gary Antoine Russell.
Russell, Gary Anton Russell,
Did he
the
have? Did he
brother
get
of
the belt?
Junior.
Yeah, the interim belt.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think Russell was the champion. I think they just fought for the champion because it was out there floating around.
Okay.
So I think that's what happened. So yeah, if Tio leaves 140, I think Rao's the guy. But yeah, when it comes to Hitchens, just so we can move on. Yeah, he was born. He did win the fight though. He did actually win. So there was people saying like, I don't know, Puyo looked like he edged it out. No, Hitchens won. So,
Yeah.
but gentlemen, moving on, man. Okay, so Robesi Ramirez goes in there against Espinosa. Rafael Espinosa in a rematch of Fight of the Year last year. And in the sixth round, 10 seconds into the sixth round, about 10 seconds into the sixth round, he takes one to the right eye and he says, no mas. Mikey, I'll start with you on this one, man. He committed the ultimate sin. He said no mas. It didn't look like there was a lot of power to that punch, but he was saying it wasn't the punch. He said there were some elbows. They went through the footage again. You couldn't really see a clean elbow. There was one where like a forearm kind of rubbed him a little bit there. But nonetheless, about 10 seconds into the sixth round, he said no mas. Mikey, your thoughts?
Yeah. It was the beginning of the end. I think he found the. It looked bad, man. It looked bad. He should have, like Robert Garcia said, he should have got in his corner, and maybe Salas, his trainer, would have stopped it. But he waved it off. That came out of nowhere, man. The adjustments we talked about that he was going to do an adjustments. He was moving to his right, and when you box the southpaw on a right hand, you move to your left. Of course, it's not 100%, but you move to your left to get away from that power shot. He was putting that eye that got hit in the line of fire. It was a straight right that was hitting him and hitting him over and over and over. Remember, Spinoza has an 85% knockout ratio. He hits hard. And yeah, you talk about the little elbows and all that. Those are forearm controls. Elbow, it's called the chicken wing. You use that to create space and all that. It's just that's part of boxing. This guy, I think he quit, guys. I think he did the ultimate sin. He quit. Just one more thing. Last fight, if you look at him when he was when Espinosa, it was the 12th round. He dropped him. He fell on the floor. No, he took a knee, and then luckily he got saved by the bell. So that kind of gives an indicator that he did kind of quit. He got saved by the bell. The next fight, the going got hard, and he quit. We saw it.
Okay. All right. David, he was complaining about that it was in a punch, that it was elbows. They went back and viewed it. You can go back yourself and watch it. I didn't really see like an actual elbow. Like Mikey said, the best I could see is just kind of like a forearm kind of push on the face at the most. What's your thoughts, David?
Once a quitter, always a quitter. He's a chavala. That's the bottom line, dude. He's a chavala. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a chavala. You know what? We don't want to see him again. He quit.
Wow.
He quit.
Yeah.
Once a quitter, always a quitter.
Yep.
You know who
Okay.
said that? Big G said that.
The big G, the quote.
G
Yep.
said that. Yeah, once a quitter, he's a chavala. Get him out of there.
Okay, so let me ask you this, David. Why do you think he quit? Do you think he was really
You know
that
what?
hurt?
I think he knew he was gonna get knocked out. Like Mikey said, you know what? He was getting he knew that he was going to get knocked out without a doubt, and he
Yeah.
quit. He quit. That's the bottom line. He quit.
Was he not competitive in the fight, Mikey?
No, he was competitive in the first
Early.
1, 2, 3 rounds. It ended in the fifth, something like that, right? Or the sixth. But you could tell the tide was turning. He was chopping them down. And remember, the first fight, they fought in a smaller ring. This time, they fought in a bigger ring. And this was meant for Robesi to box and to move. But can you keep up with this pace, the pressure, the constant pressure by this big 6'1", 6'2" guy with power chopping you down? And I said it last podcast. Robesi does not have the power to get him off of him. You got to have power to get a guy like that off of you. We're going to talk about the Munguia fight. His opponent doesn't have power to get Munguia off of him. So yeah, he didn't have enough power to get him off him. His boxing skills, he got tired and he was moving to his left in the line of fire of that right hand that messed up his eye. That was bad conditioning and bad game plan by Salas and Robesi in his camp, man. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, you're saying he didn't have power. He dropped him in the first fight, though.
Yeah.
In the first fight, he did drop him. No, he didn't finish him.
He didn't finish him, and he hit him with power, shot after shot, and he didn't finish him. Yeah, anybody could get dropped. He has 60% knockout ratio. We keep talking about, I keep bringing it up. If you have more than 70%, you have power. But if you have 50, 60, if you hit somebody right in the button, anything can happen in boxing. But he couldn't finish him. Why? Because he didn't have that power to chop him down. He had him hurt and in the first fight, and he hit him and hit him and hit him. He couldn't knock him out. And then Espinosa walked him down, and eventually he beat him. So yeah, he couldn't get him off him, man. Second fight.
Hey, David, 2 of the 3 judges actually had Robesi winning up to that point when he said no mas. Couldn't he just continue the fight and possibly? I don't think he was getting dominated.
You know what? I had Robesi winning 4 out of the 6 rounds. I mean,
Okay.
three out of the 5 rounds.
Okay.
The first 3 rounds. Oh man, I was surprised. I thought. I mean, he was fast and he was connecting. He was connecting too, with that left hook. He was connecting. So I got a little worried, to be honest with you. I go, wow, he has a different game plan. But I saw Mikey. He was going the wrong way. And you know what? I just think that he got hit a couple of times with that body shot. And you know what? It affected him. And you know what? Personally speaking, I think he ran out of gas. I think he was running out of gas, and he knew that the end result was going to be a knockout. Yeah. He couldn't keep up the first 3-round pace. He could not keep up the first 4 or 5-round pace. And plus, he's a chavala. He quit. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? I mean, why beat him from the bush? He quit. And once you quit, you always quit.
Oh, yeah. Now it's easier for him to the next fight. If the going gets hard again, if the kitchen gets hot again, he's gonna quit, man. We see it in the first 2 fights. Watch the tape in the first fight. He bent the knee. Okay, call it smart, call it this. But if it would have been 1 more round in the first fight, I think he would have quit or he would have got stopped. And this continues to the second fight. He felt it. He felt the Mexican coming, and he quit. He quit.
And I agree with Anthony here, but you know what? He kept saying over and over again, he's hitting me with the elbows. He was not getting hit. And he even before the fight talked to the referee to look at that elbow. So, you know, maybe in the first fight, he could probably got hit a couple of times, but this one, he already came in with that frame of mind.
Yep.
Yeah. Robesi Dubois. Yeah, again, going back and looking at it, and even the ESPN crew went back and looked at it, and they said they couldn't find anything. They could find a couple of forearms, or they could find a couple of forearms that he kind of pushed a little bit, but not like a chingazo with an elbow. Maybe the forearm was up a little bit like that. But again, like you said, Mikey, that happens a lot in boxing. That happens a lot. You know, when you fight on the inside. Yes. Yes. So, my thoughts on this, man, is honestly, I think Espinosa came in a lot bigger than he did in the first fight. They were even talking about, I don't know what they weighed in the day of the fight, but he looked a lot bigger than the first fight. Now he made weight, right? But going into the fight, it looked like he ballooned up, and I think he was all over Robesi, and I think Robesi ran out of gas and realized I got nothing left because guys, it was like in the first 10 seconds of the sixth
Oh yeah,
round.
he just quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't even take like a big chingazo, and he waved it off, man. I think he was out. I think he gave it everything he had and realized, like, you know what, this dude's too big. I think he gassed out. I think he gassed out and realized he didn't have anything left. He no mas, and that's it, man. Where does Espinosa go from here, David?
You know what? He wants to challenge Navarrete. I mean, he
Mm,
wants to go to 135. I mean, he's already said, "Hey, I want to fight Vaquero."
Wow.
That would be a good fight. I could see him. I want to. You know what? I like to see him unify though. I think he could unify easily, especially. Could you imagine him fighting Ball? Ball's like 5'2". Could you imagine
mm,
him fighting Ball? Ball's a champion at 126. He's literally like 5'4". Could you
yeah,
imagine him fighting
Yeah,
Ball? You know what?
he's
I
too
like
big
to
for that
see him
division.
unify it. Because they said that he doesn't have a problem. Manny Robles said he doesn't have a problem making weight. Stay there, unify it, and then go up to 130.
Yeah.
That guy could go up to heavyweight. He's only, I mean, he's 6'1", 6'2", Mikey, like you said.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
No, dude,
He's
this
a freak.
kid, stay there. He's a freak, a Chicano, a
yeah.
Mexican freak. Yeah,
Yeah, Mexican.
finally.
Shout, shout outs to Mark from Putazos y Pendejadas. He's saying that Espinosa hydrated 14 pounds
Wow.
to the fight. Okay. Mikey, what do you want to see from Espinosa now?
And man, Espinosa, I like I like his boxing style. He does things that I like that forearm control. He grabs you from back of the head. He's dirty. He's a rugged. He's a rugged fighter. He has a chin. He switches stance. He's tall. He'll go all the way to 147 or 54, 60. He's 6'2", 6'1". I like him. Yeah, I want to see that Navarrete fight. I don't want to see no unification, but from the statistics I heard on the internet and what I've seen, that at the 126 pounds, it's been 10 years since someone since
Unified.
they unified. It's been 10 years since.
Really?
Yeah, according to the statistics, I'm not sure. If someone could look it, I'll look it up too. It's been 10 years since a fighter has unified at 126. So I'm like, I gotta look it up. So if he does unify, because it's been a while, why not? But go up to fight Navarrete. Navarrete is back. He got that the operation in his left hand. He looked phenomenal, man. So I wouldn't mind that. And one more thing, the mistakes Navarrete does in the ring, this guy could exploit it. The Chaparrito, what's his name? Valdez can't exploit those mistakes. This 6'2" boxing, he has boxing IQ. He could exploit them. Yeah.
Hey, Mikey, but I don't see Navarrete staying at 130. I see him going to 135 now.
Well,
I mean,
we'll get to that.
To that? Yeah.
the money counts, right? Money talks.
We'll get to that. As far as this at 126, Espinosa, if he can, if there's not going to be a lot of issues, if he can unify. If there's not going to be a lot of roadblocks, and if there's roadblocks and having to do all this, oh man, this side of the street or whatever, then then go to 130. But if you can unify, yeah, go ahead and do it. But I like Espinosa. He's one of the tall guys. Espinosa, yeah, he is 30 years old, as Demetrio says. So he's not old, but he's not that young either. So, and he just barely came on the scene where people started recognizing who he is. So,
Did you guys see him sing?
Yeah, he sings
Oh,
too.
dude. Hey, what do you guys think about him fighting Brandon Figueroa? Brandon Figueroa is WBC champion at 126.
That's a good fight.
That's a good fight. What do you think, Ed?
Banger. That's your boy, pretty boy.
I like that, the Heartbreaker.
The Heartbreaker.
Yeah, against Brandon Figueroa. Yeah, the Heartbreaker. That's
Well,
a good one right there.
even against Angelo Leo. Angelo Leo is the one that knocked out Venado.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
a good fight too.
I got this Spinoza, man. I think he's right now. He's hot. He's fire.
But I think those, I mean, those are good fights, man. People would want to see those fights. I don't know about a Chaparro Ball, but Angelo Leo and Brandon Figueroa, dude, those will be bangers. Because
Is it Figueroa gonna fight Fulton at 130? Because Fulton moved up. No, yeah, he
no,
moved up. No?
no, they're fighting at 126 for Figueroa's belt.
Okay, 126.
Yeah,
I like
126.
Fulton too. I like Fulton too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be nice if he sticks around at 126. If he could still make the weight, which, like you said, there's no complaining of him not making the weight. The only reason why I thought he might move up to 130 is because he did come in pretty damn big against Robesi Ramirez, and it really helped him. Robesi really couldn't. I think he just ran out of gas, man, because he was throwing everything he could at him, and it just wasn't doing anything. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Espinosa. Gentlemen, let's move on to the main event. It's funny that the co-main event and the main event both ended in the 6th round. So Valdez versus Navarrete, a rematch. Here we go. Valdez is saying he's coming in with a little bit of a different plan. I thought right from the jump he was careless. I don't know what the plan was, but as soon as the first bell rang,
Hey, Ed, something's wrong with your mic.
oh shoot, let me see.
Okay, I thought it was mine. I was like, oh,
Take it from Valdez and Navarrete. Let me work on this.
okay. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, he comes on. Dude, I misjudged. Let's just say it. I misjudged. Dude, I thought Valdez was going to come out with a totally different. You know, I'm not really sold. Everybody, I think Eddie Reynoso is a one-trick pony. I think he's a one-trick pony, and his pony is Canelo. You know, I didn't like the game plan. Number one, what was the game plan, Mikey? I mean, we saw the fight together. I mean, we were in LA. I'm over here in Tampa, but we're talking on the phone. I mean, as we're watching it, what was the game plan?
Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe Reynoso is not for Valdez because Valdez, every shot is a power shot. Can he box? Because we thought he was gonna box a little bit and set up Navarrete, but
he started boxing.
Yeah, right. He did a little bit of boxing.
Yes, and then he got knocked down.
Yeah, then he got hurt.
You know what I mean? He started boxing. Yeah.
He's just too small for that division. That and maybe he needs a new trainer, but not with Chaparro, man. I say my money is with Navarrete, but my heart is with Valdez, and I got sad, man. He got destroyed, but he went out in the shield.
Me too, Ed. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Okay. What I was saying, Ed, before right now when you went out to fix, I go, you know what? I totally miscalculated, misjudged this fight, but did I really? Or I mean, now that I thought Valdez was going to come out with a different game plan. That game plan was not for the fight against Navarrete. That wasn't made for that fight. And I was saying that, is Eddie Reynoso a one-trick pony? I mean, is his pony only? I mean, tell me some world champions that he's developing that have gone to him. We'll see with Teofimo Lopez. I mean, we saw with Ryan Garcia, a couple of other guys that have gone to him. I mean, is he really that great of a trainer? I mean, what was the game plan here, Ed? I mean, what was the game plan?
He immediately ran from the first round. He came out on lo menso, man. Like he came out just swinging to take his head off. He gets dropped in the first round.
Yeah.
Immediately the bell rings. He meets Navarrete in the middle of the ring and he comes out with like a hard left hook. He just starts taking it. And I'm like, ooh, man, he's just going after him like crazy. He gets dropped 3 times. I don't know what the game plan was. I really don't. I don't know if he was there trying to bully the bully. Whatever his game plan was, I don't know if he was trying to outpower Navarrete. That's what it kind of seemed like. It definitely wasn't working. I didn't see really any adjustments. I thought he did better in the first fight than he did in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It
go
was
ahead. Go ahead.
like yeah, it wasn't a good showing. I never saw Valdez hurt Navarrete in the first fight. In this fight, I saw Navarrete pretty comfortable.
Oh yeah.
And Ed, let me bring this up. Ever since he got caught with that supposedly T, he hasn't had power. He doesn't have a power. And then I went on Boxer and looked at his power. Oh, he has power. But that was when he was in the lower division. And then as soon as he started moving up, he lost his power. So he's trying to go for home runs versus the bigger division. He's trying to go for the home run when he should throw straight shots, the jab, like straight shots. He throws wild looping shots and looping shot after looping shot. We already know what he's going to do, man. I don't know. Live by the power, die by the power? What's the game plan? What was the game plan?
I'm not sure, man. Like I said, it looked like he was trying to outpower him. It looked like he was trying to be the bigger guy and wanting to push him around and but he's not. And it wasn't working. And it was clear from the first round. You got dropped. It was clear from the first round. Guy, this is not going to work. It's not going to work. And, he got stopped, man. 30 seconds left in the 6th round. He takes a body shot. I think by that time he already been dropped twice. And that was it, man.
He was getting beat, Cholo. I mean, dude, I felt bad for him. I wanted him to throw. I wanted Reynoso to throw in the towel. He was not going to win. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man. He was getting beat down. And you're right, Mark. I did. It was a horrible call on my end because I thought he was going to come in with a different game plan. It really did. So, yes, I was definitely wrong on this one. And on many others.
So,
I was wrong on this one.
Yeah.
Hey, I wasn't. I picked Navarrete, man.
We're 1-on-1. Everybody was 1-on-1 because Ed, you wanted the other. You wanted
you
1-on-1. We yeah.
All right. Let's start with Valdez. Mikey, where does Valdez go from here? Does he call it a career? I don't think he does. But what does he go from here?
He got a great knockout or a stoppage the fight before. It's like he has a good fight, then a bad fight, then a good fight. It's not consistent. But I think he should come back. But in a lower division. And if he decides to leave Reynoso and maybe go back to his old coach.
Yes, Manny Robles.
Manny Robles?
Yes.
Maybe that'll be a good thing. He already knows him and maybe he could change some stuff. But I definitely in that division, these guys are too big. They're too big in this division. He needs to go to lower division. But at 126, we got that monster over there too. So I don't know. He's anywhere he goes. If he goes a little bit up, stays there, or goes down, there's some monsters, Mexican monsters. So yeah,
David Valdez. What do you want? Do you want to see him fight again, David?
You know what? I'm at 75-25. I think that he's been in too many wars. I'm surprised he didn't bleed this time. He's always bleeding. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's been in too many wars. He's taken a lot of beatings. I would love to see him fight. I'm a huge fan of his. I think that he still has. I agree with you, Mikey. He needs to go down to 126. I don't see him being a champion again. No, but he's a good fighter, man. He gives us some good wars. But for his own good, he should retire. And I'm sure he has his money saved, and he could be a trainer. He could be so many of. You know what he's actually very good at commentating in Spanish and English. So retire. He needs. I hope he retires because he's a good young man.
Yeah.
And before pierde la cabeza, before he loses his head.
Okay. I would say for Valdez, I would like to see him go down to 126 and have a fight against Robesi Ramirez. Both of those guys lost.
Yeah.
Have him go in there in a co-main event or something, I think it will be one heck of a damn good fight. And the one that wins can continue the career while the other one probably just sells off into the sunset.
I don't think he can make 126, Ed. You know what? He's too muscular. I mean, look at his build. I mean, that muscle weighs more than fat. I mean, where's he going to cut? I mean, he's pretty muscular. You saw at the weigh-in. I mean, he looked sucked up at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe.
he can. Hopefully he can.
Yeah, if he got a little fat behind his ears, maybe he could drop that, man.
Four pounds.
Yeah, it just you got to match him up, right? That Navarrete matchup, like I don't know who said, Demetrio put it. That was a bad match. He was too big, awkward, power. You got to match him up with a Chaparrito and go to war. Maybe if he moves up and fights Pitbull Cruz, what? No, Pitbull Cruz is 135, huh? Yeah, you got to match him up right. Like you got with another Chaparrito that bangs. Yeah, but if you put him up with Fenosa, you put him with he can't hang. He can't hang. He's too little.
Well, also he made believers out of everybody when he beat Miguel Burchell when he knocked him out.
Yes, he made believers in me.
Yeah. So he made believers out of everybody because they thought he was too small, Burchell was too big, too much of a warrior, and he knocked him out clean. So ever since then, it's like, hey, Valdez can be this guy, but no. As somebody mentioned it right here, it was a drained Burchell, so whatever it is, I still like Valdez. He's a fun fighter.
Me too. I like Valdez. Yeah, as a commentator, he'd come back as a commentator. He'd be great. English or Spanish, both.
Yeah.
Okay. And now moving on to Navarrete. David, what do you want to see from Navarrete now?
I want to see him fight. What's the name of that guy? Not Shakur. He's a champion. He's a champion. Starts with an H. He's the one that went to Mexico and he beat the crap out of that guy in Cancun.
Oshaki Foster.
Shocky.
I'd like to see him fight Oshaki Foster. That would be because the other two champions, I don't even know who they are. But Oshaki Foster, that would be a damn good fight.
Okay. Shocky Foster or what's the other champion? He's from El DF. He fought. Remember we were talking about the Filipino. What's his name? He's tall, lanky dude. Ray Vargas. Ray Vargas is a champion.
No, he's not a champion at 130. He was a champion at 126.
Ray Vargas is a champion at 126 or 130 because I heard it somewhere.
Really?
Let me look it up.
Look it up. Look it up. I don't think he's a champion at 127, 130. I mean,
let me see.
I remember meeting him. He's a pretty tall dude, man.
Yeah,
5'11".
And I'm like, damn, Holmes, you're fight at 120, 126. Like, damn, man, what those? He's made out of twigs, man. Yeah, exactly. JC, he looks like Cantinflas, man. He looks like Cantinflas. But yes, okay. That's what I would want to see too, David. Now they're in talks. It looks like maybe they're trying to push that fight. That's the way it looks like it's going to be headed. So hopefully we get to see that fight. Hey, man, Oshaki Foster, that's my guy right there. That guy is a straight warrior, man. Damn, I would love to see him against Navarrete. Navarrete is a weird, strange, awkward style, So it would it'd be a banger, man. I would love to see that fight.
Hey, what do you think about it? What do you think if he went to 135 and he fought Shakur Stevenson? Or he fought Santos, de los Santos.
Good fight.
You know what, man? Yeah. You know what? When he fought that Russian guy, the Ukrainian guy, dude, it wasn't the same vaquero. You know what I mean?
He was injured.
He was injured too. He was injured. You know what? I could see him go to 135. You know what? He was strong, man, against Valdez. I mean, he was
his left hand.
Valdez, yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't do good at 135, and people thought it was the weight.
That one time, I think he'll be okay now that he has his hand fixed.
I look for right now. If they can make the Foster fight, I'd rather see that over any fight for him. If they can get him in the ring against Oshaki Foster, that would be my number one fight.
I got it, guys. Want me to read it to you guys?
Yes.
That's it.
All right, so at featherweight 126 is Rafael Espinoza, Angelo Leo, Nick Ball, Ray Vargas with an asterisk. I don't know what that means, but it's Ray Vargas.
At
It's
126.
126.
Yeah.
At 130 is Emmanuel Navarrete, Anthony Casas, Lamont Roach, the one that's gonna fight what's his name? Tank and Oshaki Foster. My bad. I thought it was at 120 130.
Yeah, yeah.
But Vargas is champion.
Tank fighting another small guy, man. But yeah, so Mikey, what do you want to see with Navarrete next, man? We're all saying Oshaki Foster, which that's the one I would want to see, definitely.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that Oshaki Foster. I like Oshaki. He's a warrior. He's got skill. And another guy that could exploit Navarrete's deficiencies. But this dude, Navarrete, it's like Pacquiao. It's just like you don't fight. You don't supposed to be fighting like that. And dude, he gets the job done. Those weird angle shots. He was throwing left hooks, but like, dude, I like Navarrete, man. He was truly injured. When they said that he was injured, he wasn't fighting good. I think he's done. I think he's not focused, and this is that. That it was a hand, we can see. I wouldn't mind seeing that Shocky Foster.
Yeah,
Good
that
one.
would be good. That would be good. Well, we will keep our ears open to see what happens next as we move on to the fights. We do have fights this weekend. I was not. I was denied my credential, I guess, man. I'm supposed to be right here down the street from me, man.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, are there really that many people interested in this fight to go cover it? Oh, or did Golden Boy see one of my videos, man? But nonetheless, man, we got Alexis Rocha from Big Bad Orange County going in there against Raul Curiel. I don't know too much about Raul Curiel. He's undefeated, 15-0. He's 2 inches shorter than Rocha, and he's 2 years older than Rocha. David, what's your thoughts about this fight, man?
He has 13 knockouts. Prior, I haven't heard about him, but once I start seeing his highlights, we have seen his fights. He's been fighting a lot on the zone. This guy, it's going to be a war. It's going to be a good fight, man. It is going to be a good fight. And you know what? I agree with you, Dimitri. I agree. It's going to be, you know what? We might have an upset here. I don't know what the numbers are, but we might have an upset. You know what? This kid, he fights very, very well, man. You know what? He's a banger. And how? I mean, what's his name? Santillan beat Rocha because he didn't let him breathe. And I was watching with this guy's highlights. Dude, he's not gonna let him breathe. And you know what? He doesn't even throw jabs. All he does is just literally swings. It's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna watch it. It's gonna be a great fight. And we just might have an upset.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You haven't seen a fight, Ed? You haven't seen any of his highlights?
No, I
Take
haven't.
a look at his highlights. Mikey, I had mentioned it earlier, so I got on, was watching it. I'm telling you, it is going to be a great fight. We might have an upset.
Okay. Mikey, this is a 10-round fight, man. This is Curiel's Rocky moment right here. Not that Rocha is Apollo Creed or anything, but, I mean, this will somewhat put him on the map a little bit. He's unnoticed. He's 15-0 from Mexico. What do you make of this main event here?
Dude, this is the fight I want to see. Forget the Jaime Munguia fight. This is the fight. When I looked him up, I'm like, oh man, they're probably gonna give him a tomato can. Then I looked him up. He's a former Olympian. He's coming out of wild card gym, Freddie Roach. And then I looked at his highlights. I'm like, oh shit, this guy. His shots are crispy, man. He has power, 86% knockout ratio. And he has skill. A little bit of Navarrete in him, like he gets a little wild and he switches stance and he's a little awkward, but dude, he's nice, man. Body shots, uppercuts, he throws, and his combinations are, dude, he throws 3, 4, 5 punch combinations fast, dude. He's dope. I like him. If Rocha is not trained and he has trouble with the guys that get on him like Giovanni did, he left a blueprint how to beat Rocha. It's gonna be a long night. This guy has power, man. what's his name? His
Is
opponent.
is he
Yeah.
trained by Freddie Roach?
I went in the videos, he trained. Freddie Roach is teaching him how to throw and teaching him. So
Okay.
either he's in that he's coming out of that gym being trained, but I don't know if he's gonna be with him. But yeah, he's getting trained by Freddie Roach.
Okay.
And he speaks
Yeah.
English.
Yeah, he
Speaks
speaks a little
very
bit of
good
English.
English, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's pretty dope, man.
Okay. I don't know if he speaks as good as English as my boy Connor Ben speaks as good Spanish. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
He's put it this way: he speaks a lot better than Canelo. A lot better than Canelo.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't really know too much about Gurriel. I think he'll be a good fight. We've seen Lexus, we've seen him get dismantled. Okay, we have, man. Could that happen again? If it does happen again, I don't think Rocha is done. Look, to be honest, man, I think Rocha is at the level that he's always going to be at.
He's a B fighter. Would you agree, Ed? A B fighter?
Yeah. I think he's a B minus type of fighter. I don't think he'll ever be the guy. I think where he's at now is exactly where he's going to be for the rest of his career. And that's not a bad thing. I like watching him fight. You know, there's good fights, but I don't think he's ever going to be that guy. I think that time has kind of passed him. He's not old, guys. He's 27. I don't think he's going to get much better. If he beats Gurriel, I mean, I guess you can start talking about putting him in there. Well, let me ask you, David, out of all the guys at 147, does Rocha stand a chance against Montes Chingones, Mario Barrios, Brian Norman Jr., Boots Ennis?
He's a B fighter, bro.
Okay.
He's a B fighter. I would say Barrios, but he's a B fighter. You know, if they out of the four, Barrios. He stands a chance with Barrios, but the other three, I don't think so, man. He's a B fighter.
Mikey, do you give Rocha a chance against one of those four champions?
No, he doesn't have the defense, the IQ. It's just one. He just fights at one speed, one style. He's like a C plus fighter to keep it a buck. The opponents they gave him, remember, they were bringing little guys up to make him look good, to give him a name, to put Rocha, to feed him to Crawford. That was De La Hoya's intention. So he got destroyed by Santillan. Anybody else, the top guys, will expose him. He's good. He has 64. He doesn't really pack a punch. But it's good enough. It's pretty good. But no. You got to be a total package to fight the guys at the top. They got skill, including Mario Barrios, man.
Well, I would say this, man. I think he actually does stand a chance against some of those guys, not because he's that good, but because I don't think the champions are that good. I think, look, I'm a fan of Mario Barrios because the guy brings it every time. But is he that good of a fighter? Is he that good of a boxer? Not really. I think that'll be one heck of a fight, actually, man. I think it'll be a fun fight to watch. Rocha versus Mario Barrios, I think it'll be a fun fight. Even the Montes Chingones, I give him a little bit of a shot there. Yeah. Brian Norman Jr., you know, the upsetting thing about him is where the heck is he at? What's he doing? You know, this dude, is like, he had one fight against Gio, put him on the map, and now everybody thinks that this dude is top dog, Holmes. And it's like, hey, where's this dude at? He hasn't done anything since then, nor does he even have a fight coming up. Like, what's up with this guy? He's just living on the coattails of a fight. Nobody knew who this dude was. He beat Santillan, who put it to Rocha. And he's been living on that ever since. It's like, is he really that an elite fighter? I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is. But he's got to fight more so we can see, okay, he really is all that, as opposed to having one fight against Giovanni Santillan, who I don't think was really rated that great of a fighter to begin with. I'm not saying he was bad, but he was never rated that great of a fighter to begin with. And now everybody thinks that he's some sort of elite fighter, and maybe he is, but it takes more than one fight, though. And this dude
Yeah.
is negotiating his way out of fights because he thinks he's up here. He thinks he's got the power. And it's like, I'm not really sure about him. So who knows? Maybe Rocha does stand a chance to get him. I don't think he does, but maybe he does. Maybe it was just a one trick, or maybe it was just, just a one fight.
One hitter quitter. One. Yeah,
One
I know
hit.
what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so it could be. So, Rocha maybe can become a champion at 147, but even at that, it's because 147, outside of Boots Ennis, I don't know, those champions aren't really all that. Maybe Brian Norman Jr., maybe he really is all that, but we don't know. But they're not, to me, they're not really all that. But all that being said, if he ever does become champion, he's still going to be a C plus B minus champion fighter, So you get somebody in there who's an elite fighter or a really good fighter, and they'll clean out that division. So,
Yeah.
So David,
I just-
who do you got? Who do you got in this fight tomorrow, man?
You know what? What I saw, you know what? I still have it 50-50, but I think we're going to have an upset. Let's go 51-49. 51-49. And I think it's going to be an upset. I got Curiel.
Okay. Barrios.
You know what? And if it is going to be an upset, it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be a knockout.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be a decision. This one's not going to be, even though, like I said, 49, 50, 51, it's going to be a knockout.
Okay.
It's not going to go to the cards.
Okay. Hey, nerd, real quick. I know there's rumors of Barrio possibly fighting Conor Ben. Possibly. So,
He's going to get killed.
Oh yeah, if Conor Ben.
No, Conor Ben's going to get killed.
Conor Ben's nice. I won't lie.
Level power, man. Hey, Mikey, how does this fight end?
I'm gonna go for Curiel, man. Never underestimate these Mexican nationals.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of fights, but he's got a great corner or a great gym he's coming from, the wild card. Yeah, I'm just saying because Rocha's been stopped. And not just stopped, but he got destroyed. Is he still good? Because they gave him 2 fights, 2 tomato cans, and for him to come back and look good. So he's been stopped. That's the problem that I have back in my mind. Like, yeah, he could probably compete with the welterweights. They're not that good. These champs, the Chingones or the others we call, but the other ones, they have power except for Barrios. So he's been stopped before, and I think this guy hits hard, man. I'm gonna go for Curiel. But Curiel, he hits hard.
Hey, Rocha is not a quitter though.
No.
The dude would rather die in the ring. He's definitely not a quitter. The guy's definitely a quitter. We got to give him that. Curiel, like I said, I haven't really looked into him. I'm just hearing you guys right now.
He looks good on video.
Okay. Look, if he is, I think Rocha is going to give him all he can handle because Rocha does not quit.
Yeah.
All that being said, Rocha's back in the winning bracket, getting his confidence up. I saw the weigh-ins. He looks confident. He looks good, but whatever happens in the ring, that's what matters. Just on the simple fact that I haven't seen Curiel, any highlights of him or anything, I'm gonna go for Rocha, man. And I've met him. I've talked to him. He's a good dude. Yeah. He's a good dude, man.
Hey, Ed, when he fought Santillan, did they stop the fight or was he knocked out? What happened? Did it go to decision? He got knocked out, right?
Like nasty, got destroyed, right?
Against Santillan.
Yeah, he got destroyed. I think it was a TKO. I think the referee stopped it.
Stopped it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember he got destroyed by Santillan.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Gentlemen, let's move on to Tijuana, south of the border, man. You got Jaime Munguia stepping in there against this dude I've never heard of, but he is undefeated. Sureis, I've never heard of him. He's from France, I believe. Bruno Surance. He is 25-0. He's only 26 years old. He's 25-0, but he only has 4 knockouts. This is happening in Tijuana, a homecoming fight for Jaime Munguia, and he does not have Freddie Roach in his corner. David, your thoughts?
I saw the highlights on the French guy. We're gonna call him the French guy, dude.
Bruno.
Bruno. He fights. He's an orthodox fighter. He reaches down to try to hit. I saw probably about 6 of his fights. Just a highlight. Reaches down. When he reaches down to his left to hit the body every time, dude. His right hand is down, and you know what? He's gonna get caught with a mean left hook. It's gonna be a knockout. This guy, he's just a taxi driver that they brought in from France to look good. Jaime is going to knock him out with the left hand, with a left hook. He's going to knock him out.
Mikey, 4 fights for Munguia this year, man. Keeping himself very busy. Got to respect that. Going in there against a undefeated fighter, Bruno, 25-0, but only 4 knockouts in Tijuana, Mexico. How say you, Mikey?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen in the highlights, and I seen this guy, yeah, he's got a little bit of hand speed, but yeah, he don't have enough power to get this monster from Tijuana off of him, man. Or a jab. I don't even see a crispy jab. Last fight with Munguia, that the Armenian dude, Russian Armenian, whatever, had a nice little jab and a nice right hand. This guy doesn't. It's just a little wild, and he doesn't pack a punch. Yeah, this Munguia's back with Morales. This is his second fight with Morales. It's a homecoming fight with Morales in Tijuana with his new trainer. He has to look sensational. He can't give him he can't get a dangerous fight, especially if you're at home. So it's just a homecoming fight, and there's a piñata, and his name is Bruno Sorace, and he's gonna destroy the piñata in his hometown. It's party. Go to Tijuana and party after. Eat some tacos.
Yeah.
That's what the night's about. Yeah, I don't see anything. It's just a second fight with Morales and a sensational knockout. 4 fights.
Isn't Morales from Tijuana as well?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey,
it's gonna be
a party. It's a party.
Oh yeah.
Cartel City, baby.
Hey! Everybody in the chat, man. Let's just put in some feria. Rent a little bus or a van. Let's go down to Tijuana and party, man. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a nice Tijuana party down there.
Oh yeah.
Look, I've never heard of this dude, Bruno. He's undefeated, which really means nothing. I think Munguia finishes him in 5 rounds. 5 rounds, 6 tops, depending.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe this dude can take some punishment and probably takes it. But other than that, that's probably it, man. So yeah, we'll see what happens, man. And Munguia staying busy. Good for that kid, man. You know what? It wasn't that long ago. It was just a few years ago that I used to talk smack about that kid because I didn't like the way he fight. There was nothing I liked about him. I thought he was really well protected. He got into 40 fights against a bunch of nobodies. But, man, lately this kid has been coming through, turning it around, and I like what I see. I've seen the improvements in his game, and he's turning out to be one heck of a damn good fighter in the sport of boxing, man. So shout-outs to Jaime Munguia.
Hey, Ed, you know, the WBC just had their convention this past week, and they ordered Munguia to fight Mobili for the interim belt. And when they told Munguia says, "Hey, so okay, I'll fight him, but I want to fight Berlanga, and I want to fight." I believe he said Plant. I believe he said that's who he wants to fight. You know what I mean? But do you guys want to see him fight Mobili? I'd rather see him fight Berlanga myself. I'd rather see. Both bangers. What do you guys think?
You know, the Berlanga makes more sense, more money. But that Mobili is a good fight. They're both bangers. But but Berlanga makes sense.
Yeah.
I would like him to fight Berlanga so Berlanga could stop his whole victory parade that he's been on. That is it. I've never seen somebody celebrate so much off of a loss. So I'd like to see him fight Berlanga. It's like, hey guy, you know, you lost. You put in a valiant effort. You stood there because you were over 200 pounds, which is why you were able to take so many shots. Cool, I get it. You can say you went the distance with the champ, but you lost, homie. You lost. I don't even think you won a round.
Every single round. You lost every single round.
You lost. You don't need to be celebrating anymore. Like, put him in there with Mugia and there. Stop the victory tour. Gentlemen, before we end, but and Billy fight, that would be fun. That would be fun to watch, definitely. Gentlemen, before we end it, let's go ahead and let's talk about Virgil Ortiz. The news came down. Israel Madrimov is not going to be fighting Sergey Bohacek. He came down with bronchitis, but he is going to be fighting Virgil Ortiz next year. David, your thoughts?
It's going to be a better fight. You know what? This fight against Bohacek, it was 50-50, bro. And chances are he was going to get knocked out or he was going to get hurt. You know what? It's going to be a better fight in February. Yeah, wait. I feel sorry for Bohacek. I saw the guy that he's fighting. I can't even pronounce his name. Don't know who he is. But you know what? He's probably going to get the same amount of money. But I like it because it's going to be a good fight against Virgil Ortiz.
Well, just real quick. Now, it's interesting with Bohacek because if you get him back in the winner's bracket, now he becomes one of the big dogs that people want to see fight. It's like, oh, I want to see this guy. If he goes in there and demolishes this new guy that they just threw in there, which he should, he becomes a big player in the game.
Oh yeah, he's a big player in the game. Yes.
Yeah. Mikey, your thoughts, man, on Israel Madrimov coming down with bronchitis and just going straight to the Virgil Ortiz fight, man.
Yeah, we knew it. Me and you, Ed, knew it. Dave, remember you said it was old school fighting. This is what old school fighters do. Yeah. I mean, it was too good to be true. I was like, what? He's gonna fight Bohacek and then Virgil? Like this guy's a freaking old school throwback. He's a monster. But no, he could get cut. He can get hurt. Even though if he wins the fight, it's gonna be a war. This guy, Bohacek, is not a walk in the park. So you can ask Virgil Ortiz that. He'll tell you. So, yeah, play it safe. I know it sounds bad, but play it safe and set up that Virgil Ortiz because Virgil Ortiz and Virgil, Israel is going to be a good fight, especially over there in the Middle East. Where are they fighting? In
Riyadh.
Yeah, in the Middle East, Riyadh. Yeah. So in the cards is going to be stacked. It's going to be dope. And Virgil's in there. Virgil fights are exciting no matter what it is. It's always drama. So, yeah, that was good that they saved this fight because I don't think he was going to come out healthy if he would have gone to war back to back.
Yeah. Hey, I see what you guys are saying right here on the chats real quick, man. Look, as long as the fighter stays busy, that's what I would like to see. Yes, I would like to see them fight good fighters, but if they're not going to get a good fight, then stay busy, right? It's not I'd rather have either or. It's if the big fights are not happening for a certain fighter, would you rather just have him sit on his hands or fight some tomato can? I'd rather see him stay busy, right? Yeah. Definitely, I want to see him fight some good fights. But if those fights aren't happening, then fights just to keep you busy. As far as Virgil Ortiz, man, I don't think Israel Madrimov has bronchitis. Okay, I don't think he does. I think it was just a way out for this fight. Virgil is gonna fight. Is gonna pay more. That fight's gonna come off a little bit. You're gonna make more money in that fight, and you know what? You're gonna be in a war against Sergey Bohacek. Let's save your body a little bit because to Israel Madrimov, this is. Well, you know what? That's interesting. I was about to say this is the biggest fight of his career. I'm not sure. Is this a bigger fight than Terence Crawford?
I don't think so.
Okay. Mikey, is this the biggest fight in Israel Madrimov's career? He fought Terence Crawford.
Yeah. But didn't that fight flop? They don't Crawford doesn't sell. No. He can't sell a wing dinner at freaking at outside of the fucking Staples Center. He can't sell a hot dog. So no, I think this is the bigger fight. This is the Mexicans. They're gonna tune in, and Virgil's gonna bring it to you. He's not gonna be like Crawford that's gonna sit and think and it's gonna be a war. I think this is the biggest fight. Stylistically, yeah.
Okay, Mikey. I think those are two different things. I think this is a better fight. I think this is a more challenging fight. But I think if he beat, okay, so if you put in these two contents, right? Where will Israel Madrimov shine more? If he beats Virgil or if he beat Crawford? I think if he beat Crawford.
Well, I think he did beat Crawford.
Some people do think he beat.
I think he did beat Crawford. What about you, Mikey? Do you think he beat Crawford?
I mean, it could have been a draw. Crawford did not win that fight. He did not win. He didn't win that fight. And then, but Ed and Dave, I think people know Virgil Ortiz more than they know Crawford. Crawford's not a mega star. They don't know who he is. He was at the UFC fight and they called him Little Wayne or something. Oh, there goes Little Wayne. Yeah, he's not a. Yeah, they called him one of the rap. No, they called him. What's the rapper from Compton? Man. Well, they totally messed up his name. Kendrick. Yeah, they called him Kendrick Lamar. Nobody knows who he is. He can't sell a wing dinner. Ed, we can't be saying that. What's a bigger fight? I am right. Virgil Ortiz is a bigger name. He's got Texas behind him. For Pete's sake. Come on. Yeah.
They thought he was Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh, no, God, man.
They don't know him, man.
It's a good one, Mikey. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. If it's not the biggest fight of his career, it's the second biggest fight. It's the number one, whichever one. It's a big fight. And by the way, man, you know what? Shout out to Israel Madrimov. He's coming off of a loss, but an impressive. You know, it wasn't Berlanga because Berlanga didn't put in no impressive loss to Canelo. Israel Madrimov, some people think that he actually won the fight. So it's going to be a good one, man. And now that Sergey Bohacek has this, it should be a layup for Sergey Bohacek. And if Bohacek wins, let's see where he goes from there. Israel Madrimov, Virgil Ortiz, perfect, man. Love that fight. So anything else, gentlemen, before we wrap it up?
Yeah. Looking forward to the Rocha Korea fight tomorrow. It's gonna be a great fight.
Yeah.
So if you can only watch one fight, that's the fight.
That's the fight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That is we're going at here. There we go. Okay. That is David Contreras, el gran chingón, el mero right there. Mike Zavala, the boxing scientist, Mikey TV, Tolo Truck, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing this. We come back and do it again. Enjoy the fights.
All right, gentlemen.